Well, first, look at social media. There's not a picture that goes up on any form of social media that doesn't have some kind of filter on it, right? We want things to look better. Why? Because we care what people think.
Mm-hmm.
And our value is determined by what people think, unfortunately. And so I've seen that as a licensed mental health counselor. I have seen many women dealing with this very thing of feeling like I myself, who I am, is not enough. Therefore, I need to put on the mask to become what I think is enough. And while I've seen it on the outside, I've also experienced it myself, not even realizing that after years I had donned so many different masks, so many different filters that truly distorted how I saw myself and how I saw my Savior. And so walking through that personal experience, recognizing by the grace of God, being able to come to a place of seeing that there were indeed these filters in place and beginning one by one to be able to drop them and just the freedom that it brought. I thought more people need to be able to walk through this journey as well.
Well, this journey, and by the way, I'm not pointing out women necessarily because men do this too, right?
Mm-hmm, absolutely. In fact, many men have read this book and have gleaned much from it. So it's really for anyone because we all do it.
So you talk about removing these filters. What would be a biblical process for these filters being removed?
Well, really, in the book, there's a section where we talk about recognizing our filters as idols because our filters really become more important to us. I have to look just right. Everybody thinks I'm this, so I have to make sure that I'm portraying this image. And so really, they become the things that distract us. They become the things that we're serving. And so this biblical process is first recognizing the idol. Israel, whenever they would turn time and time again, they would turn away from God because something looked more attractive. They would see other people and other groups and think, I want what they have. And so they would begin to worship these man-made idols. And in this slow fade, they never really realized that they were taking themselves into a time of wilderness. But the beauty is that God doesn't want to leave us in that wilderness. He woos us from it. And so when you think about the biblical process of dropping these filters, you can think about yourself being in this wilderness, recognizing that your Savior wants to woo you out of it. You just have to begin to be willing to see what's holding me here. What is it that is trapping me in this wilderness that I need to let go of?
So how do you identify that?
It can be difficult. You have to be really honest with yourself.
Yeah.
I went through a season where I began to realize the stock that I put in everyone else's opinions. I grew up a certain way and everybody knew me, the church that I was at, and everybody expected something of me. And so pretty soon it became an outward thing. I had to keep this up because that's what everybody expected. But if you would have asked me at the time, I don't think I would have realized that it was because I thought it was what everyone else expected. I expected it of myself as well, because I got drawn into this idea of what value was and who I should be. But the way to begin to recognize that is truly to begin that prayer, Lord, open the eyes of my heart. Help me to see with the eyes that you want me to see with.